Salve Regina, Mater misericordiae, vita dulcedo, estes nostra salve.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. At that time, Jesus exclaimed, I give praise to you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth. For although you have hidden these things from the wise and the learned, you have revealed them to the childlike. Father, such has been your gracious will. All things have been handed over to me by my Father. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and anyone whom the Son wishes to reveal him. The Gospel of the Lord. Yesterday, Jesus was scolding 3 towns that they did not want to understand who Jesus was, and they tossed him aside, you could say. They didn't want to know Jesus because they thought they already knew everything about him. It's very important to really know somebody, especially that's close to you. And there is a place where it is in the sacrament of marriage, where 2 people come to know each other, not by knowledge, but of heart. And this is what Jesus is looking for, even for us. I was thinking this morning of and reminded of my 2nd grade teacher at St. Anthony's School. I was very rambunctious, fidgety, nervous, talking a lot, and so I was always the one who was pointed out to be disrupting things. Sorry. However, Sister Jean, my 2nd grade teacher, she began to know me. And she could see that there was a goodness there. And I was just a hyperactive kid, where other teachers didn't understand that. And so, myself and a couple of other boys in the class who were like me, I was like them, we were always asked to do the chores in the classroom to keep us busy and occupied. If there was an errand to be run, it was run by one of the boys. If there was a problem and somebody needed help, one of the boys will take care of that. What was most interesting, however, is that one day she gave me a piece of paper, and it was all folded, and she said, Maurice, I want you to take this to Sister Theophane on the 3rd floor. So that's what I did. That's what I was supposed to do. That's what she asked me to do. And so I took this paper, and she instructed me to tell the other sister that she was supposed to make a check mark to know that the task had been completed. Well, shortly before my ordination, which Sister Jean was at my first Mass and brought up the gifts. Before I was ordained and talking to her, I said to her, how come you always sent me on those errands? how come you were picking on me? She said, because I knew that if I wanted something done, you would do it without playing outside or in the hallways, but I knew you would do the task I asked. She knew who I was, and when she told that to me, I finally understood that I knew who she was. Because she reminded me of the way Jesus teaches us. And as a sister of the Sacred Heart, she was very good about knowing and loving. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son. You see, the Father and the Son, not everybody recognizes them, and so it must be made clear. And Jesus finishes here by saying, anyone who is this, who wishes to, anyone who he wishes, he reveals himself to us.
Regina Celi, letare, alleluia, qui aquam meruisti portare, alleluia, resurrexit sicut dixit, alleluia, ora pro nobis Deum, alleluia.